Best desserts in every state. Sure. Makes the bits suck. 50 state favorites. I'll take a guess on some of them.
Cream pie. Here is each state's favorite dessert. Lane cake was made the official state dessert of Alabama in 2016. Its filling
Bullshit.
Includes pecans, coconut flakes, raisins,
Never heard of it.
And a generous amount of bourbon. Indigenous people would mix seal oil, animal fat, fish, berries, or other available ingredients.
This looks kind of good.
A modern adaptation of the recipe uses vegetable shortening instead of animal fat and adds sugar. The sopapilla is a cross between Latin American fried pastry and
sopapilla.
bread. This fried pastry can be served savory or sweet. To serve it as a dessert, drizzle honey or sift powdered sugar on top. Possum pie can be found at diners and restaurants.
That sounds like Arkansas.
Its layers consist of a crust, a cream cheese mixture,
Possum pie,
and whipped cream.
Yeah, we hit something with our car on the way to the restaurant, so we just, I don't know, made something out of it, I guess.
Over the top or packed to the brim. You're guaranteed to find one you like here. Duffy rolls are extremely popular in Denver. They look like cinnamon rolls, but are lighter and have a flakier texture.
I think I've had those.
Snickerdoodle is a classic cinnamon sugar cookie.
Those are good.
Tartar is
Those
the
are good.
ingredient to a true classic snickerdoodle. Peach pie is Delaware's state dessert. In the 19th
Sounds
century,
boring.
Delaware was the country's leading producer of peaches. Even today, residents love making.
I bet when they get to Texas, it's just gonna be like a hamburger
pie is synonymous
with bullet casing.
Pie filling consists of key lime juice, sweetened condensed milk, and egg yolk. Restaurants and home bakers alike love making peach cobblers in Georgia. To make it extra special, add ice cream on top. Shaved ice is an iconic dessert in Hawaii.
Shaved ice
Ice is
slaps.
shaved and then drizzled with rainbow syrups. You can add toppings such as adzuki bean paste or condensed milk. It may look like a potato, but it's actually ice cream. The ice cream potato can be found at Boise's West Side Drive-In.
The ice cream potato?
Potato and dusted in cocoa powder. Then it's topped with whipped cream, Oreos, and peanuts. Popcorn became
looks
Illinois
good.
state snack food in 2004. Garrett Popcorn serves its popcorn fresh to customers.
That's not a
They make
dessert.
Anywhere from 30 to 150 batches every day.
What? That's just a snack.
Popular flavors include caramel crisp, cheese corn, and a mix of the two. The Indiana sugar cream pie.
They were really
is a
scraping for that.
specialty, characterized by its buttery crust and rich vanilla.
Thanks, resub
custard
Canadian. Yeah, kind of a
pie
snow cone.
originated from the Amish and Shaker communities that settled in Indiana in the 1800s.
Oh, I bet it tastes like shit then.
Lamar's, Iowa is the ice cream capital of the world. Home to the Blue Bunny Ice Cream Parlor and Museum, you can find over 50 ice cream sculptures throughout the city. Frozen custard is a denser, heavier version of ice cream.
Custard is so good.
Yolk, which gives it
This is a stupid question, but I'm curious. Do we have anyone that lives in Jacksonville here? Any Jacksonville residents in the chat? A few yeses. If you haven't, go to Wits Custard. They're in Jacksonville. It's the best dessert I've ever fucking had. It's just straight custard, but they do it in such a unique way. Oh my god, Wits Custard is nutty. Oh my god. Wits slaps so hard.
Smoother texture.
Thanks the prime beef. And the bits Hex.
Custards and has 7 locations in Kansas and
Oh,
Missouri.
sweet. Well, thank you, Hex. I hope
Get it
everything's
in a
alright.
cone or a cup, and make
Appreciate
sure
the
to add
kind words.
toppings. Bourbon balls are a sweet and boozy delight.
Yuck.
The bite-sized confection is made of Kentucky bourbon-soaked pecans, butter, and powdered sugar, and then dipped in chocolate.
Thanks the resub.
Yum.
Almost and Caribou.
No Louisiana trip is complete without trying beignets at Cafe.
Yuck, why? Why the fuck do I want a
Especially
bourbon
pieces of
dessert?
dough are deep-fried and generously sprinkled with powdered sugar. The blueberry pie, made with wild Maine blueberries, became the state dessert in 2011. Maine is one of the world's top suppliers of wild blueberries. Not to be confused with cultivated blueberries. Wild blueberries are smaller and have a sweeter and tangier taste. The Smith Island cake is a layered cake, named after Smith Island in Chesapeake Bay. Traditionally,
That looks pretty
consists of
good.
8 to 10 layers of cake, with frosting between each layer. The Boston cream pie is a decadent cake.
I've never had a
Custard
Boston cream
or
pie.
cream
I actually thought that was
on
just
top
a
of
sex
filling
euphemism.
crust. It's also the Massachusetts state dessert.
Is it good? I imagine it's probably good.
Michigan is well known for its Mackinac Island fudge. Visitors can watch it being poured
too
onto
quiet.
a marble slab. And
I mean, it's
work
just a
to
quiet
dissolve
video.
Fudge as it cools and hardens. While a muffin may be considered more of a breakfast food, you can certainly eat it for dessert, especially since Minnesota's state muffin is the blueberry muffin. The Mississippi mud pie is a rich
I don't know what you mean,
chocolatey
Forbes.
dessert. The
Is
pie
that a person?
consists of a chocolate crust, 1 to 3 layers of chocolate, and a whipped cream topping. The gooey butter cake is a St. Louis original. It has a yellow cake bottom with a cream cheese, egg, and powdered sugar filling. Huckleberry
Sounds
pie
pretty
is
good.
a favorite dessert in Montana. Huckleberries are grown in the northwestern U.S., especially in the mountainous parts of Montana. They're sweet and tart, similar to blueberries, and perfect for dessert pie.
I've just never been a big pie guy.
Kolache is a pastry roll popular in the Midwest and Texas. Soft dough is filled with cream cheese or fruit. It originated in Eastern
prime
Europe and
doidle.
was brought to the U.S. in the 1800s. You can find chocolate treats all over Nevada, at chocolate shops or all-you-can-eat buffets. Las Vegas also has one of the largest chocolate fountains in the world, at the Bellagio, at 27 feet tall.
Jesus
Donuts
Christ.
are a New England favorite, especially in the fall. New Hampshire is home to many apple orchards, including the oldest continuously operating one in America, Apple Crest Farms.
Good work,
Saltwater
Apple Crest.
taffy
Keep
is
up the
a
good work,
sweet
I
treat
guess.
You can enjoy on many New Jersey boardwalks. It's made by mixing and stretching corn syrup, sugar, and butter. There are dozens of flavors to enjoy, including vanilla, strawberry, and bubblegum. Bizcochitos are New Mexico's state
True,
cookie.
Sully.
The
Yeah, it does
Indian-flavored
slap.
cookie is often eaten at special
There's
celebrations,
a Prime Electric.
like weddings, baptisms, and holidays. This recipe was influenced by locals and immigrants from other Hispanic countries. New York-style cheesecake is characterized by its dense and rich texture, made possible by using lots of cream cheese.
I've never had
extra
New York
eggs,
style
and egg yolks.
cream cheese or
It's great by itself,
fucking
but putting
whatever.
strawberries on top adds an extra sweet flavor. Sweet potato pie is a southern classic, but instead of empty calories, this pie is filled with mashed sweet potatoes, which are full of fiber and vitamin A.
Yeah, I guess.
The krumkake is a Norwegian waffle cookie. While it's still hot, the cookie is rolled into
What?
a cone and can be filled with cream. It was brought to the Midwest by Scandinavian immigrants. Buckeyes are peanut butter balls dipped in chocolate. They're meant to resemble the nut of the buckeye tree, which is Ohio's state tree.
Oh
Or
my
buckle
god,
up pies.
I haven't seen peanut butter balls since I was a kid. Are peanut butter balls popular? My mom and I used to make these when I was young. I used to eat them and then immediately get sick, but I used to love just the process of making them. So overwhelmingly no's, but then some yeses from like actual Ohio residents, it seems, which I guess sounds about par for the course considering this is like your national dessert or whatever. I need to try a peanut butter ball again, man. It's been years. Literally like
Arbuckle
15
Mountain
years.
Fried pies are famous throughout Oklahoma. These handheld treats are perfect for on the go, and there are over a dozen flavors to choose from, including chocolate and cherry. The Marionberry pie is an Oregon favorite. The Marionberry was created by Oregon State University and the U.S. Department of Agriculture in a berry developing partnership in the early 1900s. Amish people in Pennsylvania invented the whoopie pie. Marshmallow fluff or buttercream is sandwiched between two pieces of cake-like cookies.
How did the Amish
The
make
way
this?
is similar to a zeppoli, but local to Rhode Island. It starts out as a flattened pizza dough, and then it's deep fried and topped with powdered sugar. Coconut cake is a must-have in the South. It's made up of coconut cake, coconut frosting, and covered with toasted South. It's made up of coconut cake, coconut frosting, and covered with toasted coconut flakes.
That's
The
gonna be
word
overwhelming.
Kuchen roughly translate to cake in German. The pastry has a dough crust and custard and fruit filling. German immigrants brought it to South Dakota in the 1880s. Banana pudding consists of layers of vanilla wafers, pudding, and bananas. The simple
That's
delicious
yeah, that's pretty lazy.
Southern staple. There's even a
What?
national banana
It's just
pudding
all
festival
fucking store-bought
called
Walmart shit
Tennessee
thrown on
Pudding.
top of a pie
Texans
crust.
love their pecan pie, so much they made it the state pie. You can find the nutty treat at restaurants, dessert shops, and many family gatherings. Jell-O is Utah's state snack food.
That sounds like
popular
Utah.
among the state's
That
large
just sounds
Mormon
like Utah.
population.
Absolutely.
To make it a sweeter treat, add whipped cream on top.
Just Jello.
Nothing warms the heart and stomach like apple pie. Sliced Vermont apples are placed inside a pie crust with a lattice top.
Thanks, the
Aged
resub,
to
Bray.
perfection. Virginians love their chess pie. The simple pie is made up of flour, butter, sugar, and eggs. and on occasion an acid, such as vinegar, buttermilk, or lemon juice. While the Nanaimo bar is Canadian by birth, it was made popular in the US by Starbucks, whose headquarters are in Seattle.
Never heard of
This
the
no-bake dessert
Nanaimo
is
bar.
decadent and delicious. While invented by the Pennsylvania Dutch, the shoe fly pie is very popular in West Virginia. The star of the decadent pie is molasses. There's even an annual West Virginia Molasses Festival in Arnoldsburg. Original cream puffs are a popular dessert in the Wisconsin State Fair. The puff pastry is piled high with cream and extremely fun to eat. Cowboy cookies
I mean, that
are
looked
packed
good.
with a bunch of flavors and textures. This cookie contains chocolate, pecans, coconut, oats, and cinnamon. While they aren't states, here are the favorite desserts in Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. Cupcakes reign supreme in Washington, D.C. Local favorites are Georgetown cupcake.
I mean, cupcakes are popular everywhere.
Flan is a popular custard dessert in Puerto Rico and other Spanish-speaking
Flan?
countries and territories. What foods do you think we should cover next?
I want to try flan. I've never tried it. I want to because of Courage the Cowardly Dog, where the big guy rolls around. He's like, "You want fantasy flan?" It's like, yeah, I kind of do. I want to just try it at least once, but nowhere I've ever eaten has flan. Thanks to the Prime Gooish.